What is going on today, guys? A here, and today we're bringing you another team breakdown. Now, we actually didn't do any team breakdowns last week because we were uploading that new series, Road to 500 or Top 500. But I figured I would start this week out with a team breakdown, and this is a team that I've been using for about 2 weeks now. I've played with it in game. I went 6-0 in the Master Ball tier with it, and then ended up going like 15-0 to start out. And overall, I think I ended up being like 40-16 or something with this team. So the team in game is super good, and basically all it is it's kind of inspired from one of my friends' teams. I don't know if you know him, but it's Gyarados. He keeps getting #1 on the ladder with Gyarados, Raichu, what have you. But it's kind of inspired from a team he showed me one time, and we'll jump right into it in just a second. But I do want to say that if you're new here, subscribe, because I'm putting out videos like this every single day. And yeah, if you're interested in competitive Pokemon, whether it be VGC or Draft League, I have both those things going up on the channel every single day. Now, I will say there is a PokePaste and a rental code in the description. I'm pretty sure the rental code is still up. If you look at the rental code, Shofu is actually the one that made the rental code. I gave him this team, and he actually made it in game first, so he just gave me a rental code for it. So the rental code will be in the description. And the only problem I have with this team is the Dragapult matchup. Now, you have Togekiss, but a lot of Dragapults that are going around are on that triple ghost team with Mimikyu, Aegislash, and Dragapult. Dragapult gets weakness policy, you don't want to proc the weakness policy, this and that. So it makes it really hard. I've thought about putting Crunch on Gyarados, but I couldn't find the space for it. And one thing you could do is actually put Ice Punch over Rock Slide on Conkeldurr. I just like the spread Conkeldurr has with that, but Ice Punch works just as well in that slot. But right here we have Gyarados, and we're just running Lumberry and Moxie with Waterfall, Bounce, Power Up, and Protect. I'm running Lumberry because with all the sleep that's going around, it kind of counters sleep and it counters burn, paralysis, whatever it be. So Lumberry on Gyarados I think is just really good. I had Life Orb, but I was satisfied with the damage output of Gyarados without the Life Orb, and I really wanted Lumberry on it. And to pair with that Gyarados, we have Raichu with Focus Sash, Lightning Rod. Now, it's actually not a Assault Vest Raichu. Like, if you do know what Alkydus' teams are, he usually runs Assault Vest Raichu on most of them. But this is actually kind of taken from a Raichu that we saw, I think it was at the International Challenge. It has Fake Out, Volt Switch, Nuzzle, and Eerie Impulse. Now, Eerie Impulse Raichu has what makes his team really good, I think, because you have Labrases running around, Togekiss, just a bunch of special attackers in the meta, and that Eerie Impulse able to take down the special attack of a Pokemon by 2 stages right off the bat is huge. Like, basically, you Eerie Impulse a Lapras and you let it sit there all game and it doesn't do anything, or you Eerie Impulse a Goodra, let it sit there all game and it doesn't do anything. So that's really great. And then we have Togekiss, the same exact Togekiss I pretty much run on all my teams. I actually was getting kind of teased because I do like Scopeland's Togekiss. It's probably the best Togekiss out there in my opinion. And so we have Scopeland's Super Lug, we have Heat Wave, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, and Follow Me. And then the same spread, you live at Durant, Max Steel Spike, you outspeed Arcanine after a +1 and things like that. Now we have Incineroar here, the same Incineroar that I've been running. Fake Out, Snarl, Flare Blitz, and U-Turn. I like U-Turn a lot more than Parting Shot, because you can't Parting Shot Dragapult, you don't want to Parting Shot any Defiant users, you don't want to Parting Shot any competitive users, and Parting Shot Togekiss over half the time doesn't matter anyways because they get a crit and it ignores the drops. So to me, having U-Turn to break Sashes, break Mimikyu's Disguise, pick up KOs on weakened Pokemon is just huge. And like, one thing you'll see with this team is pivoting in and out with this team is what makes it so good. Like, and that's where kind of Gothitelle comes into play here, right? So you can use Gothitelle as like a trapper. It's really strong with Gyarados because if Incineroar isn't on the field, Incineroar can't come onto the field to give you an Intimidate. But if Incineroar is on the field, then they have to U-turn or they have to Parting Shot to get out. If they don't have either one of those moves, then they can't get out. If it's an Arcanine or a Hitmontop or Scrafty or anything like that, those Pokemon are stuck in there with you. And since it's Moxie Gyarados, all of those Pokemon are weak to Gyarados, so you pick up the KO on them, and then you get that boost back, and you're back at neutral, and you can pick up another KO, get another boost, and this and that. One thing I did think about doing on Gyarados is putting Dragon Dance over Protect, but there was a lot of times I needed Protect, so I didn't really make that change. But if you want to make that change, I do think it's a solid change and something you could definitely look into. It would just make Gyarados even stronger. But yeah, Got the Tail makes you be able to pivot in and out with your Pokemon, while your opponent just basically has to sit there and just let you dwindle down their Pokemon's health over and over and over and over, right? Like, Got the Tail right now I think is really strong because a lot of teams are moving towards more of the kind of like what the meta seemed like from an outsider's perspective. The 2019 meta seemed like a lot of pivoting, slow plays, trying to get the chip damage where you need it, and get that HP advantage, and eventually put yourself in a position to where you are able to win this game. Like, Series 3 to me is a very big positioning centered game. You want to try to put yourself in that position. Don't rush your Dynamax. Learn how to stall out other Dynamaxes. Punish your opponent for Dynamaxing too early, or punish your opponent for Dynamaxing too late. Series 3 is all about positioning, and I think this team does a really good job at doing that. And we have Citrus Berry, Shadow Tag, Fake Out, Trick Room, Psychic, and Imprison. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't put a lot of thought into this EV spread. I just saw that it was the #1 used on Pikalytics. After using it for a while, I think it could be optimized a little bit more. You can almost live, say Togekiss max airstreams you and crits you, or say they don't crit you, and then they max airstream again, and they crit you, you'll die, but you can almost live it. Like, if you were to put a little bit more into special defense, I think you can actually live one regular max airstream and one crit max airstream from a Togekiss, which is actually really big. Anything you can win in a Togekiss matchup to me is a really big win in this meta, because they might be expecting to OHKO you or whatever, but if they don't get 2 crits and they don't OHKO, or they don't KO you, if they do get 2 crits, they do KO you. So I mean, being able to live 1 non-crit plus 1 crit, I think is pretty good with Got the Tail. And then for the last Pokemon, of course, we've got Conkeldurr here, Assault Vest Guts. This is actually Aaron Trailer's exact Conkeldurr from his Dallas run. I think that set is really good in Series 3 right now. Close Combat does a lot of damage to Incineroar, it does a lot of damage to Lapras, it does a lot of damage to T-Tar. So overall, it's just really good. I like Close Combat a lot. And like I said, if you can change Rock Slide to Ice Punch, and maybe that will help out a little bit more in the what's it called, in the Dragapult matchups. I'm just having the hardest time in the Dragapult matchups, and maybe I'm just playing around them the wrong way. Like, I don't know what it is. It just seems like that Mimikyu Dragapult Aegislash team is giving me a hard time with any team I make right now. But yeah, that's pretty much the team, and it's really strong. Moxie Gyarados, I think, right now is really strong, especially paired with like Got the Tail to stop those Intimidate cycles. Another reason Dragapult's a bad matchup, or Dragon types in general is a bad matchup, is because if you lead wrong, and I've done it plenty of times where I should have led Togekiss but I didn't, and I stay in with Gyarados, like against a Duraludon or against a Dragapult or a Goodra, they get those max Wormwinds off and they lower your attack stat, and then you're not picking up KOs, so you're not getting the Moxie boost. So it's kind of like a hit and miss there. So Dragon types in general give this team a tough time. So maybe having that ice coverage or that dark coverage on Gyarados isn't a horrible idea, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of it is just me playing around it the wrong way. And we might see some of those matchups tomorrow once the battle video for this goes up. And with me saying that, watch tomorrow's video, because the battle video will be going up for this team. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this team, guys. This is going up on Tuesday. We'll have the battle video going on Wednesday. I'll probably do a Road to the Top 500 on Thursday. So if you don't know what Road to Top 500 is, send me your Pokepaste for your teams that you might want to see me use on the series. I'll make some tweaks to it to to kind of make it more of what is more comfortable with me, or maybe even just better overall according to me. Like, everything is kind of opinion, but I can probably make your team a little bit better overall. I know the last guy I battled with his team, he was really psyched that I battled with his team. So yeah, definitely send me your PokePaste on Twitter. I'll take a look at him, and if something catches my eye, I will use that on the road to top 500. If not, I'll probably have either this team or another team that I built ready for Thursday. But with that, guys, that's probably where I'm going to leave you. So if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.